Formula 1 returns this weekend after a near month-long break, and the first sprint weekend awaits us in Baku. The first of 6 sprint weekend events in 2023 will be held in Azerbaijan, but the format is set to undergo some major changes ahead of this weekend's events. The F1 Commission will be meeting early this week to vote on and confirm the changes that will drastically alter an already controversial weekend format. But are the proposed changes going to improve the sprint weekend, or further ruin a format in which many fans already dislike? Well, this video will break down all the changes and whether or not this will succeed for Formula 1. Less than 2 years after debuting the sprint weekend format, F1 is busy already making changes to it. The F1 Commission is meeting to finalize changes which have the support of all 10 teams. Since its debut, it's received a mixed bag of reaction, with many fans and even drivers still not warmed up to the idea of sprint weekends. Well, those emotions might get better or worse with these proposed changes, so let's take a look at how the sprint weekend will play out this weekend in Baku. The new sprint weekend format will only feature one free practice session on Friday that will take place in the morning. Following that, there will be a traditional qualifying session in the afternoon that will determine the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix. On Saturday, the morning will feature another qualifying session, but this one will be to set the grid for the F1 sprint race. Then in the afternoon on Saturday, the sprint race will take place, but the results of that 100-kilometer Grand Prix will not determine the starting grid for Sunday. And remaining unchanged, the regular full-distance Grand Prix for Sunday. Some further things to note: the F1 sprint point system remains unchanged, so 8 points will be handed out to the sprint race winner, 7 points to second place, 6 to third, and so on all the way down to 1 point for 8th place. No bonus point is given for the fastest lap of the sprint. In terms of the qualifying sessions, it is expected that all qualifying session times will be reduced, so Q1 will be 12 minutes in length, Q2 10 minutes, and Q3 8 minutes, with Q3 possibly featuring cars going out one by one for a single lap shootout. These proposed changes, however, are still to be confirmed in the coming days. As of late, Formula 1 has had a bad habit of breaking the cardinal rule of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not many fans were happy with the sprint weekends when they debuted in 2021, and now this controversial format is already undergoing changes. So will the new sprint format changes change the minds of its harshest critics, or just further the hatred for this type of format? Well, that is why they invented comment sections, so the verdict will be yours to decide in the comment section below. This new format, but even the old sprint format, still feels like a gimmick that is not in the DNA of Formula 1. With Sunday's grid not being determined by the sprint anymore, what is the real point of watching on Saturday then? Seeing a mini race before the big race tends to take away the excitement, prestige, and mystery of what will happen on the race Sunday. Sure, some points are still on offer for the sprint, but it is highly unlikely that drivers will race more aggressively now that their sprint result does not affect their Sunday starting position. Especially with a venue like Baku, risking a big crash in a race that really means nothing just doesn't make sense from a driver's perspective. Part of the reason why a traditional Grand Prix format works is because there is a natural build-up to the main event on Sunday. The sessions on Friday and Saturday truly get you excited for what could happen at the race. As we stand, we're already up to 6 sprint events in 2023, so that means that it is only a matter of time before we go up to 12, and eventually the whole weekend format will be permanently changed. This weekend in Azerbaijan will be a huge test for Formula 1's big new ideas, and hopefully the changes will be met with positive response from drivers and fans. But if not, it will only further disappoint the large group of dedicated F1 fans who already loathe the sprint weekends. So what is your opinion on the new sprint weekend format, and do you think F1 should add more or less sprints in the future? Comment your thoughts down below, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.